Some of our very own were on scene as chaos unfolded, covering the shooting overnight at Borderline and reporting on campus as flames surrounded Pepperdine. I had the chance to speak with our past NewsWaves 32 alumni about covering those 36 hours of tragedy and how the events have shaped them as professionals. A tragic shooting one day and a wildfire the next. November 7th is a day that changed not only Malibu, but the journalist who covered the events that took place 1 year ago. Emily Tencer, who is now reporting for KETV in Omaha, remembers the day vividly.
First thing we did that day is everyone gathered together, had a meeting, processed our emotions, and then we thought, okay, as journalists, what are we going to do now?
Upon hearing the news, Rachel Ripp, now a reporter in Texas for KWES, knew she had a job to do.
Snapped into journalist mode and tried to figure out all the facts and sort through everything and, get everything done and told as it needed to be.
Tencer was forced to leave her emotions at the door in order to tell the story.
When you're a journalist covering an emotional story that you and your community are suffering through, it makes it 10 times worse because you want to react as a human, but you also have to do your job. And in a way, you kind of have to take all the things you're processing, all the fear, all the grief, all the emotion, and just channel it into your work.
It wasn't always easy. She felt herself being pulled in both directions, that of a student and a journalist.
I knew what I had to do and I don't regret it, but it was just hard because I really wanted to be with my community, but I also knew I had a job to do.
Ripp was able to cover the ways in which the community rose from the ashes.
In the recovery process, I definitely saw a bonding of people. I saw, camaraderie and, people being strong and resilient because of the fire. And I saw a lot of goodness.
The events have changed Tencer and Ripp, not only as people, but as reporters.
Yeah, as a journalist, it definitely taught me how important my role is, how important my job is, and how we're all people and we're all experiencing these emotions, and it's okay to experience these emotions.
When I cover events where there is a car crash or where someone died, I now kind of know how to talk to people who are dealing with this grief because in a way I understand kind of that their community is hurting, that everyone feels so sad right now, and I feel like I can really connect to them.
For NewsWaves 32, I'm Josie Lionetti.
Wow, that's such a powerful story, Josie. It's so important to have empathy as a journalist, and I'm sure that these events really allow them to process this and now be able to relate to people in their new job every day.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Josie, did you have any takeaways from your conversations with Emily and Rachel?
Yeah, I think the biggest takeaway I took, especially from Emily, was just how difficult it is to be both a student at Pepperdine and a journalist covering these events. She talked extensively about how badly she wanted to be at the candle lighting and other events honoring Elena and the victims of the Borderline shooting, but also knew she had a job to do. So I think this situation posed, a unique circumstance for our student journalists, but one that I think they handled very well.